Hello from the Nutmeg of Consolation, somewhere off the coast of East Anglia. I'm going to attempt to dissect one of the songs from my Americana EP, in this case Road to Reno, which is a song that I started writing many years ago actually, but all I really had was a chorus, and I finished it last year and recorded it in London with Liam Ganocki on drums and Kevin Armstrong guitar and Matthew Seligman on bass, myself on piano and vocals. Since then I overdubbed a harmonica played by Jeff Grange and some horns played by the Jazz Mafia horns. It's an interesting song. It's got a nice little sort of shuffle groove to it. It's a little bit like a road movie directed though by Quentin Tarantino or maybe Guy Ritchie, and it has a kind of a darkness to it in a throwaway kind of fashion. The lyrics, it was pointed out, leave a lot of question marks, like why did he file the number off the gun if he was gonna blow them both away? Who knows? It's also been pointed out to me that there was no such thing as a 64 Camaro. There's certainly no such thing as a 64 Camaro, but this is not a Camaro, this is a Camaro, so maybe it was a Detroit concept car or something like that. Anyway, we recorded this song in London at a studio called Mark Angelo, which is gone now, defunct, gone the way of many professional recording studios, which unfortunately are generally being replaced by studios like this, project studios in people's homes. The reason being that there is no digital disadvantage to working like this. You record to computer, sound isolation is not a problem when you're dealing with synthesizers and drum machines and so on, and so it's easier for people to get work done at home, which is a terrific revolution really in recording, because in the old days it used to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to make an album, and you had to find somebody stupid enough to loan a musician money to do that, aka a record label. Now that's no longer the case, which I think is fantastic. So Road to Reno starts off Americana. It's from the Americana section of my upcoming LP, A Map of the Floating City. And I'm assuming that you will have heard the EP. If you haven't, it's very simple to download it for $3. You need to be a member of the Flat Earth Society though, which is my online fan community. So go to thomasdolby.com, sign up for Flat Earth Society, FES, and you will then be able to get access to the EP. If you've already heard the EP, you're hopefully going to find this very, very interesting. I'm working in a system called Pro Tools. If you are already familiar with Pro Tools, then I apologize if I'm being too rudimentary for you. If you've never seen Pro Tools before, then what it is a computer-based recording system. It allows you to record multitracks to computer hard disk in the way that we used to use 2-inch multitrack tape. So Road to Reno was recorded on a Pro Tools system, on a Mac computer, although we mixed it in Los Angeles to 1/2-inch tape from the computer. So if you're used to the version on the EP, this is going to sound a little bit different, because what you're hearing here is the raw tracks. If you're recording several musicians at the same time, you need really good sound, you need good mics, good engineering, a bunch of good mic pre's, and so when I'm recording a band, I very often leave the Nutmeg and go find a professional recording studio. I tend these days to record everything, bring all the takes home, and then spend days or weeks or months in some cases editing those backing tracks, known in the USA as ground tracks, and putting together the ultimate backing track the way I want it. So what we recorded at Mark Angelo was bass, drums, acoustic guitar and guide piano and guide vocal, and so this is the way it sounded when we put it down in the studio. And what I tend to do is piece together the ultimate take of each of the instruments in this way, picking the best bits from the different backing tracks. They don't always go together. Sometimes a bit that's particularly great on one take is not so fantastic on another one. Now on the grand track I put down some guide piano as well. In this case, just a riff that later turned into a horn riff, although I didn't know at the time that it was going to end up being played by horns. It was just a melody that I heard in my head, alternating with the vocal tracks.